Hello, hello. I am Ludwin. I have some people here with me in the back. You could introduce yourself on the side. You don't have to come in the camera.
It's Kenshawn right here.
It's Nick the intern here.
Yeah, so I've got some support, and they're going to help me introduce to you all the new spring-summer drop we have from Monitaly. LA-based brand, a label helmed by Yuki Matsuda. He does make some pretty incredible stuff. It's a lot of like vintage, like inspired things, but he kind of tweaks it in fabrication. A lot of it is proprietary to what they're doing there. So it's fabrics you won't find in a lot of other places, are very limited in supply. And yeah, so it's, riffs on classics, but done in a way that is a little unorthodox that feels very true to Yuki. We'll start off with the shorts that you see here on this hanger, as well as the ones that you see on my colleague here, Kenshawn. It's their classic quick release baggy style. It has a built-in webbed belt, elasticated waist, two front pleats that you get to see, or I don't know which one we're focusing on, but he's showing them too. Two front pleats that just give you some nice volume. And this one in particular is done in a cloth that's quite structured, so that nice wide open leg really gives you that like ideal, I feel like, proportions you want from a short of this caliber. How you feel? You look really mobile.
Yeah, no, I feel very mobile. I love these shorts. I got the plaid ones, and I got some of the paisley joints y'all know about. Yeah, these feel great. You can do lots of squats, lots of different things in these. They just feel good.
Yeah, I mean, and we can see a testament to how mobile they are. They have a really solid, good rise on them, and just they're very nice and wide, but the waist just gets so nice and cinched. You don't have to worry about them like falling off your body. They're gonna keep you there snug. You got a nice handy back pocket there, keeping things that you need. Front pockets, you keep stuff you need. It's a really good short. We have this fabrication in 3 colors. It's this kind of like faded wash, like almost like a Nantucket red, but it's like, a pink. Then we have the kind of cream ecru color that we have here on Kenshawn, as well as a nice faded like baby blue color, like just blue. It's just barely blue. If you're like afraid of the color blue and you're just trying to try out blue, this would be a great color for you. Most of us don't have this, but if you're out there, this is, it's a good starting point. The cloth is like a vintage, like mil-spec kind of reference. It has like a very slubby quality to it. So while the ripstop is pretty evident, I feel like the hand is something you don't expect in person. It doesn't just feel like that regular grid texture. It's really, really nice. I enjoy it. Please give them a shot. They're sized in US letter sizes. So if you're usually, like a US like 34, you take a large. That's what Kenshawn does, and it looks good. And then you can go smaller and larger depending on that, whatever your size is. We've got 3 other fabrications of this short, which are all very nice. Another one is a restock that we had from last season. It's this really, really pretty, like Prince of Wales check almost. It's just, I guess a gun check really is what it is. It's a houndstooth that has a nice check going above it with this green and rust, just really strong like gem tones that complement the neutral base. I really like it. Has a good heft to it as well. But I think in spring, summer, it's open weave enough that you can get some nice air going. And then we have another riff on that houndstooth pattern, except done in a much more tonal vibe. I believe Nick tried to like count the colors going on in here, and we had like a debate. Although it's a lot of like brown and beige and sand, there's something like 6 or 7 different colors that go into this, which in theory sounds chaotic, but when you put it together, it just makes a really nice like tapestry of browns that just complement, it's
woven goodness.
Yeah, it's a good like homage to the beach, I'd like to say. You get to see like the rocks off the jetty and the sand and everything coming together, painting a picture. It's really, really pretty. Yeah. Yeah, this one is, I'd say, is a little bit even more substantial than this. They're maybe on similar terms, but the cloth is kind of a little bit lofty. So it's softer on the legs, a nice, easy thing to get in and out of. And maybe even easier to style if you're a guy that likes to dress tonally. Really, really good. And last up, it's probably the lightest fabrication that we have. It's this very gauzy cotton. I believe this is also like an Indian cloth, which is why this is the only one that's manufactured in India as well. But it's made to the same specifications and sizes that the other ones are. Same attention to detail and quality. You still get the same everything, really. I really enjoy how they made this embroidered stripe symmetrical. Yeah, symmetrical in the same spot on both sides on the pleat. So you can almost like barely not even see that there's a pleat happening, because the way that it opens up just lets the stripe get wider and open up towards the bottom. Yeah, these are very breezy. They're not going to be as kind of like cone-like as the other ones. Just a lot more drapey. It's a good one. I really enjoy this. Going to be a summer staple for a lot of us. That's the shorts. We've got some shirts coming up. The first one is a really, really special piece. It's our first, I believe, silk shirt from Monitaly. It is a Dupioni silk. How do you feel about this guy?
I think this is amazing. Honestly, I tried it on a couple days ago, and I didn't want to take it off. I was so comfortable. I basically felt like I was shirtless.
There you
Uh,
go.
yeah, it's beautiful, and it's nice and crispy. Hangs nice. It's definitely going to be a go-to.
Yeah, I feel like silk shirts kind of have this like back and forth situation because while silk feels very summery in vibe, a lot of times it can be pretty insulating. It can feel pretty warm. But the Dupioni has this like natural and raw texture to it, similar to I'd say like a silk noir. So you get those irregularities, that slub happening, and it's not as fine and as dense of a weave. So you do get some nice airflow happening in there. I think that the white or the off-white color is really nice because it kind of captures like a pearlescence to it. So it's you're wearing like a pearl. We've got it styled nicely underneath a sport coat here. This is one that it's like, I think it makes sense just because the shine kind of brings a little bit of like, luxury to the casual vibe that we have going on in it. It's really, really pretty. The cut is a familiar face that we have here at No Man. It is the 50s Molino style. And that's to say, if you know
Milano.
that's Milano, not Molino. Milano, like the cookie. It's really wide, very similar to the cookie and kind of boxy. And I think the shape really, not the shape, the cloth really captures that shape. It kind of almost makes like a bell around you just because it's pretty substantial. So it just, I don't know. It's a nice effect that you have going on when you have it. You're welcome to tuck it in like as shown and it really cleans up the shape. But otherwise, I think it's a really nice, just beachy, vibey shirt going on. You have the two flat pockets. And then just a clean square shape in the back. Well, a single piece collar as well that opens up. It's a little harder to see on this cloth, but it's very nice. Next up, we've got the Garçon shirt. The Garçon shirt is a new shape we have from Monitaly, but it's done in a fabrication that we've come to love. This is their tropical cotton. It's this kind of like gauzy, almost like I don't even know, like not even seersucker. It just has like this kind of texture to the weave that I feel like I see it on Rami a lot. I'm not sure if that helps you visualize it as much, but it looks really nice. This is their kind of like ecru, just slightly beige color finish with their coconut buttons. And as opposed to a lot of the other Monitaly shirts that we have that's like an open collar or a camp collar, this is just a straight collar, just a plain collar that goes down. So, you are welcome to button it all the way up if you're not feeling like showing that much skin, but most of us here would probably button it down to like here and really let this thing ride. It's a roomy shape similar to the Milano shirt, just maybe a little less exaggerated than that. It has a scooped hem, or not scooped hem, but a curved hem, so that drape really allows it to go instead of getting cut off at like a shorter part of the waist, like the Milano. What do you got to say? Anything?
I'm gonna drink a lot of rum punch in this. I think over the summertime. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's a rum punch friendly shirt. 10 out of 10. I think it's what you want to wear. Even if this gets wet, if you fall and like someone pushes you in the pool or something in this, I don't think it's gonna be dragging you down that much. It's a really lightweight cloth, trust me. Yeah, really, really good. Nice single big pocket. Holds your sunglasses really nicely. Last up is the shirt that I'm wearing. It's also the only shirt in a different language. It's the Camisa Pegaso, which translates from Spanish to Pegasus shirt. I can only imagine it's because it's like a Pegasus. It's like this magical, mythical shirt. But ideally, in theory, I guess it could be that it's kind of like it almost has like this like medieval tunic kind of a vibe, which I guess is where the Pegasus, would have been concepted. It's just like or conceived. I don't know, bro. It's pretty sweet. It has these drawstring that you could close up your placket with. I would probably tend to just wear it open because I think I like how the neckline looks. I feel like it, accents the jewelry pretty strongly, but you could just close it up if you're really feeling it. It makes a nice little bow. You also have these two pockets on either side. They come in at an angle, so they're a little bit irregular. They're not like what you expect of a usual chest pocket, not flapped like a lot of the other ones either. And it almost has like this sailor-like collar. It's not one piece, but just the way that it comes up and goes around your neck kind of has a nautical vibe going on. Split hem, so it's meant to be worn open, and that cloth, the fabrication, is the same as we have in the Garçon shirt, except done in black. So it's the black tropical cloth, and like every other Monitaly shirt, it's going to be nice and roomy and cut. So you're going to want to take your shoe size just to stay true to that relaxed shape. So I just feel like it's a really good like beach-friendly pop-over shirt, something you could easily wear with like a swimsuit. You could toss it over. The wife, the kids could borrow it and just toss it on. It just seems like a very multi-purpose good shirt. I'm wearing a size large, for instance, and this is it tucked in. If I were to untuck it, I guess I'll show you it untucked. It might be like a little wrinkly, so don't make fun of me, but look at this is how it looks. Boom. Not even that wrinkly, I think. I think it probably looks, actually has never been wrinkled. It looks really good. So yeah, I really enjoy this shirt. I really enjoy Monitaly. That's what we've got. Please like, comment, subscribe. Oh, wait, hold the phone. Did I just make you guys click off the video? Well, people that are staying for these next 2 minutes are really in for a treat. We've got not Chamula, it is Chamula, not Monitaly, but it's a kind of a sister brand under the Meg Company umbrella. We have Chamula. They make really, really nice knits in the fall, winter, but in the spring, summer, we really rely on them for their footwear. We have the Chamula Huaraches. We have some styles that we've had in the past, which would be this Rio Grande. It's kind of like their slingback style. I really enjoy the slingback style just because Huaraches can be kind of a pretty specific fit, but the slingback makes it so that you can kind of overshoot your size a little bit so it's comfy, but then you keep yourself locked in a way that doesn't like make abrasions on your heel or anything. You're not getting blisters in these. It fits really nice. It has a pretty durable rubber sole, I feel like, for a sandal of this style. A lot of times you'll find them with like a foam sole or with like I don't know, even like just like flat leather soles that feel like they can just like fall apart. But this is something you can wear season after season. Every summer, you're going to be nice. We do have them in a new color this season, which is this what we call natural. I think it's like their tan color, and it has a sole that's fitting for that lighter tone as well. So you get kind of like a gum and like a natural rubber situation happening there. Really, really nice. You can take your usual US letter size and you're going to be chilling in these. Next up, we have the Bocado, which is a take on the Cancun, which is kind of their standard Huarache that we've been stocking for probably like a decade at this point, except this time it's cut a little bit different. The tongue is kind of shorter. I guess the vamp is cut shorter, and it has a sweet little bit going down there that really lets you dress up a style nicely. You can see this guy right there. Look at him. He's wearing a sport coat. He's wearing Huaraches, but it looks like he's wearing just like a loafer. It just looks so nice and easy. True sizing these looks great. I'm actually wearing them right now. Look at these. Boom. Me and that guy are twins, and we look handsome. And then we could go to these just because we're talking about the standard style, the Cancun. You can see that compared to this, that vamp is coming up a little bit higher. And it has a sweet little, I guess, detail. Kind of looks like a face looking at you. And we have Kenshawn wearing them right there. Those, I believe you take your true size and it's a good fit, right, Kenshawn? Confirm? He confirms. It looks really, really good. So a nice classic deep brown, which is something we've had before. And then lastly, another new style we have is the Punta Mia. This is probably the easiest of the ones to get into. However, the sizing is maybe the trickiest. The Punta Mia is one, the only of them that I would say you have to size up in. It starts off very, very small. I'm sure that if you wore it a bit, it might get to the point where it would stretch out and soften to your foot to allow a better fit. But just the way that, since there's no back, it's really hard to get your foot up in the front to wear that out. So I think just sizing up off the bat is going to be the clear winner on this. I'm a 10.5 usually. I'd probably take either an 11 or maybe even 11.5 just because it's a cozy fit. And yeah, but the color I think makes a lot of sense. This is a nice natural tone that'll darken with wear. You're going to want to wear these either kicking around to like any beach or pool or even around the house, just like a nice little house slipper. And that's it. This is the actual ending. There's no trick ending. Yeah. Oh, this is a trick ending actually. We do have some Panama hats. You can't see them, but if you could in post right here, put a nice like straw hat on this side and this side, or you can check on the website. We have it in black as well as a nice Havana tan. And those are just like like a nice like summer beachy hat, flat brim. Looks really good. Check it out. Give it a shot. See y'all.